Welcome to our first Anime Wednesday discussion. Of course, I had to start with my all-time favorite anime, Dragon Ball Z. I was first introduced to the show by my older brother. He had stayed home sick for a few days and had started watching the show. My first recollection of anything Dragon Ball was asking him why the big catfish was talking to the guy with giant hair. He explained that giant hair guy was dead and the catfish was a god. From here, I just had to find out more about the show. The basic story follows the main character Goku as he faces off with villains that want to rule the galaxy. In the early seasons, it focuses on Goku learning he's from an alien race known as Saiyans and having to fight his own brother to stop him from destroying Earth. From there, it is mostly about villains trying to collect the 7 Dragon Balls, which, when gathered together, grants someone any wish within the dragon's power. It's up to Goku, and to a lesser extent the other strong fighters of Earth, to prevent this from happening. While the story mostly focuses on Goku, there are other characters to watch out for. Thought I would run down some of my favorite characters and why I like them. Tien I always liked because he is the strongest of the human characters. Unfortunately, during the time of Dragon Ball Z, some of the lesser characters start getting ignored in favor of focusing on Goku and a few other characters as the most important. I always appreciated Tien's parts he plays in the fight with Nappa that actually gave him some character development. Piccolo is mean and green. Plus, he's actually from another planet. Also, he's the son of the evil half of a lesser god. Actually, wasn't aware he was an evil character to begin with in the Dragon Ball series. I do like the interactions he has training Gohan, and seeing his character grow from borderline evil to actually caring about someone. Vegeta is the bad guy everyone likes. He has a similar path to Piccolo as a guy that starts out bad and ends up being not so bad. The difference being there is always still a chance he will stab anyone in the back he feels the need to. Plus at some point he has a sweet mustache. I will say the thing that pushed Dragon Ball Z into being an all-time favorite for me was playing the card game. You're able to pick from a bunch of different heroes and fight against your friends. The system is a little difficult to understand, but I'll try to explain it a little bit. Each hero starts at level 1, and you progress up to level 5. Each character has different power stages they're set at. Players use the cards to attack each other with either physical or energy attacks. Physical attacks do power stages of damage, that is, these things here, until they are at 0, and then start doing life cards of damage. Energy attacks do life cards of damage, but cost power stages to use. Your deck that you draw cards from is also your life, so the more cards you draw or get discarded, the closer to death you get. There are a few ways to win. Get your opponent's deck to 0 cards, play all 7 Dragon Balls, or get to the highest hero level possible. How do you get to higher hero levels? By gaining anger. The Z thing here is your scouter. You place it over your power stages and move it up and down accordingly. The sword, which is what this is, kind of hard to tell, it's like a sword in its sheath, keeps track of your anger. Whenever a player reaches 5 anger, they advance to their next hero level. Certain attack cards will raise your anger or lower your opponent's anger. I happened to join when the Dragon Ball GT set came out, with more power stages, bigger attacks, and a more simplified playstyle. You could no longer win by getting to the highest hero level. Anger was removed in place of removing 10 cards from your discard pile to advance. There was even a level 6 hero for Goku and Omega Shenron. They even updated the Scouter to have the attack table. Physical attacks do more damage the higher your power level compared to your opponent. I spent many hours and even more dollars playing this game. It is what really got me into card games. I still have decks built and multiple boxes of cards laying around. Going to the local card store and playing with friends, or even people I didn't know, was one of the most fun times of my life. So what's the good stuff about Dragon Ball Z? The fighting is definitely the top thing for me. Fights are epic, with giant energy blasts, punching people through mountains, and unique styles for all the different characters. The characters are ones you can start finding an attachment to for one reason or another, something I can't say for a lot of shows where I can't even be bothered to remember anyone's name. There are many memorable moments that will catch you off guard and have you cheering for the good guys, or absolutely hating the bad guys. There are some bad things as well. The story isn't great. There are plot holes, as in any show. At one point it starts to become who has the newest transformation that can win the fight instead of who is the smartest or best fighter. Pacing can be an issue at times as well. Boring filler parts will tend to drag on, and fights will be unnecessarily extended. Overall, if you've never seen the show, it is worth giving a chance. There's an updated version that cuts out some of the filler and gets rid of some of the dated original voiceovers. It is no doubt my favorite show of all time, and I hope it will be one of yours as well.